Now, the rest of the story.
And welcome back to the rest of the story. Well, if you guys can't tell, I'm in the JCB and I'm heading back home because it is literally still too muddy to do anything. I came out, that was two nights ago, and I did a bunch of dirt work with it. It was late enough I couldn't get any really action shots with it, because that is one thing I'm severely lacking right now, are some decent action shots with this thing. And all together I have maybe 2 minutes of raw footage to work with. And I didn't bring my camera with me tonight because I honestly didn't think I'd have a chance to film any decent action shots, and I'm right. I'm pushing a little bit of mud here right now, but if you guys can't see behind me, it's pretty soft. I'm really just trying to smooth it out so I can drive back up through here with my four-wheeler and check cows, because it's rough. Believe it or not, this field lane here, or this cow lane here, above the silo at my place, we used to, oh, there we go. Dad used to drive up through here with the tractor and the chopper boxes when we were filling silo. Ooh, still too soft yet. That's the problem. It's just muck. So, the only reason I'm getting away with this is because I'm pointing downhill. There's only, even with this track machine, I still can sit and spin with this track machine. But it will be nice to be able to get up down through here, even if it's just a little smoother. I mean, it beats bouncing around between the ruts. The goal is, it still kind of is, if I can actually find time to do it. I have a bunch of work down in my place I want to do. Literally from fence posts, we got to replace probably about 100 fence posts, to pushing dirt, filling some sinkholes. I got a bunch of sinkholes out in the field I want to get filled up yet. It's not even a want, it's a I have to fill them kind of thing. But because the sinkholes, I have to drive over some chiseled ground or some worked ground. Even with this machine, with a bucket full of dirt, I'm not going to get very far. Well, far enough to get stuck, I'm sure. Because with these tracks definitely do help with your flotation and everything, but they are definitely not a cure-all as far as different ground conditions. I don't know. Ryan's already proven that we can get stuck with this thing. It's not impossible either. It's just, I guess, finding out what the machine can and can't do. This is technically, I guess, the second time we've had a track machine on the farm. I had that 318 from Sloan's back in 17 that I ran for about 3 hours. And that was a smaller machine anyway. It didn't have a whole lot of lift capacity or pushing capability. And with this thing, I'm actually using it like a bulldozer right now, just trying to smooth everything out. I got it in the creeper mode. I have it in the ISO setting instead of the H pattern. I actually prefer, with this tracked machine, I actually prefer the ISO setting. I've ran it in both, and honestly, it just seems a little bit simpler. Of course, you know, there's plenty of critics out there that, well, I'm not going to say critics. I'm going to say there's plenty of people with many different opinions out there, their own opinions out there, as far as what they would prefer to run themselves. And, one more pass. I'm probably going to try to come out and either hit this again when it dries out with either this, or I may just get wild and put the blade on the tractor and just try to grade it that way. And actually, that was my original plan anyway, but I figured since I'm here. I would like to get you guys a bunch of action shots. I have a bunch of gravel and stuff, and I know it's a constant battle with my driveway, and I should be putting asphalt shavings and breaker run and everything else on it, asphalt it all together. Maybe in time. Oh, slow down. I just gotta get there. I'm just trying to get the big problem I have with my driveway right now is just because I've lost so much gravel over the years, and I haven't actually had a decent load of gravel down here in probably 6 or 7. So I just got to get the gravel built back in and actually get a decent driveway in. It's all about where you're diverting your water to up here. And I have the worst driveway between me. Well, between the three of us, my parents and Ryan and I spend a lot more time having to work in my driveway, especially when it floods. But we had so many 20-year flood events last year where my driveway floods like that typically once every 5 years, and I got hit. Well, we all did, but my driveway washed out really bad, like 3 times in 6 days. And it's kind of hard to recover from that. I mean, parts of my yard actually have some ditching through them. So I gotta take care of that yet before I can even really mow my yard. So we really are planning on planting any day now. We have that little bit of chiseling that Ryan has to do. That is no secret to anybody. The only thing that bothers me about it is I would actually like to have the 4640 hooked up to the corn planter right now and gone through and ready to go. The plan is tomorrow, I don't know if you guys are going to catch any of it or not, I'm going to pull the 82 out, the 46 out, and the 7600. I got to mix up a load of feed for the 7600, or with the 76 for those cattle. And then the plan is to, well, really, we should come down and change this flat tire on the chisel plow. I still haven't done that yet, and Ryan needs it. Needs the chisel plow before the planter. The plan is to do the air filters and the cabs and grease everything up again. Yes, we have already done that once, but from sitting and using them for the 82 and the 4020 and the 76 for seeding oats and the 76 for doing corn. It's full of corn dust and dirt and dust, mud. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better than what I had. And we're gonna hook the corn planter up to the 46 tomorrow and make sure that everything works on the corn planter. I actually have to run a switch on the corn planter to actually automatically engage and disengage the fertilizer system on the planter. We didn't have any issues last year, I mean, as far as I'm aware of, between me and Dad running it. Ryan did run it too. As far as remembering to turn on and off the switch to manually turn on the fertilizer. About the worst we really had was maybe driving 20-30 feet and turning it back on, you know, taking that long. Ooh, come on! Might have bit off more than she could chew. I'm in the creeper mode, by the way, if you can't tell. At 40% out of 100 as far as my, what's the technical term? As far as your forward movement. So, and gonna pick this up. I see the cows just destroy that when it's muddy and everything, and they make their cow paths. But I'm really hoping to get more time to use this JCB down here. It is a lot handier than using the Bobcat for the tasks that I want to use it for. Go back, make one more pass. She's due for another bath though. The tracks are filling up on me again. I gotta get that cleaned out. And I am gonna try, if I'm running it or get a chance to use it again, I'll try to get some more action shots for you guys that I can do voiceovers on. No music. I guess that's starting to become a thing across YouTube. People are really getting tired of music. I had a lot of people thank me the other day on one of my seating videos. That's good enough. Ugh. As far as not using music. Well, I want to keep my audience, you guys, and I do tend to have a whole lot to say, even though maybe not all of it is worth listening to. Oh, crud. I will admit, that's one thing I'm not exactly, haven't perfected yet with this thing, is knowing exactly where the bucket is level on the ground. But all in all, it's not like this is a driveway. And it's level-ish again. I just prefer the ISO controls. I do like the electro-hydraulic over, like what the Bobcat has, it's just the hydraulic controls. I was actually, somebody asked me that yesterday, it was a local, if I liked the electric controls, and I like them a lot. I actually prefer them. All it takes is just really getting used to it. I don't think I had the camera on by then already, but I left the gate open. So I guess I get to try out my four-wheeler path a little sooner than later. Oh well, cows aren't going to hurt anything if they get out. I'm just waiting for it to dry out so I can do a better job moving dirt and everything else down here. And it's probably going to be, well, it's not probably going to be, it is going to be a mad dash when it comes time to plant. From some things we actually changed up last minute. Go figure, we did change up some of our acres. Switch some acres around from beans to corn, and we got a plan for that now. Oh well, it will get done. You know what? I think I better quit while I'm still ahead, or still behind. So, this video probably isn't as awesome as I was it really could have been, I guess, but hope you guys enjoyed it. It's actually focusing a little bit more on what I'm doing than focusing on the camera, which sometimes I gotta do. So I better jump in the four-wheeler and go out and shut that gate before the cows come up through this other pasture on me. So, with that, thanks for watching. Take care. Take it easy. Keep in touch. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.